Welcome to Cop Doc. So, Messi has said that Salah is the greatest African player of all time. Now, I'm looking for the sources, but I've seen it all around social media. But it still is a good question, like, who is the greatest African player of all time? There's only 3 or 4 names. Well, probably there's maybe 5 or 6 names that should be up there. But obviously Salah has to be up there. Me being a Liverpool fan, you might think it's a bit biased, but you know, he has the numbers. We've seen him for the last 7, 8, 9 seasons for Liverpool. The goals he's putting up, it's amazing. And the Premier League is one of the toughest leagues in the world. So consistently doing it is really unbelievable. I personally thought there might be a drop off from him maybe 2 seasons ago, but that didn't happen. And obviously up to last season he's been brilliant. And he's won everything with Liverpool. So, you know, he's obviously going to be up there. There's great shout-outs. Like, if you have your Okochas, which is a super player, played with Bolton, but he was more of a one-man band, I'd say. But he never played with really any of the biggest clubs. PSG weren't a big club at that time in the European stage. So you'd have to say that, you know, he'd be a good shout-out, but not there. Kanu's another one. Kanu played with the great Ajax team. What a team. Like, that is an amazing team if you go back and check that Ajax team out. And of course he won leagues with Arsenal. They were brilliant Arsenal back at Arsene Wenger's time. So he's a shout out. But the 3 names that stick out for me personally, and I want to know who yours is or who you think is, Salah, Eto'o and Drogba. Again, shout outs. Mana, you could get a shout out to. Weah is the only Ballon d'Or player, the only player to ever win the Ballon d'Or, African player, which to this day is a crazy stat. But I still put it down to them last 3 lads I was just saying there. Drogba was a top player, really strong, and played in that Mourinho team. That Mourinho team was a tough team. They were a frustrating team. I remember as a Liverpool fan playing against them. They were just a hard team to break down, and you know, but they were a very, very good team. And Drogba was a main part of that team. And he's won multiple leagues with them. I'm nearly sure he won the Champions League with them as well. Yeah, he would have. So he's definitely a name that should be out there. And then, of course, we have Eto'o. Eto'o won multiple leagues he won them in Spain, and he won them in Inter in Italy. And obviously he actually won the African Cup of Nations. I don't think Salah's ever won that. So obviously you take them things into consideration, or them factors. But I'd have to go with them 3 names. If you were to push me, I'd have to go with my own man Salah, wouldn't I? Just to get us the goals. But yeah, I mean it's a tough one. But yeah, so who do you think yourself is the greatest African player of all time? You can put it in the comments there, and we'll have a debate. So yeah, we'll talk soon.